Hello everyone. So you might have also used Postman to test your APIs and integrations in your day-to-day project work. But what if I say that you no longer need to use the Postman desktop application anymore, as it is directly available in your VS Code as an extension? Let me go to VS Code, and here you have to click on this icon where it is named as extensions. Then search for Postman here. It will be searched and shown. You have to just install this extension in your VS Code. I have already installed, so it is showing as these two options whether I want to disable or uninstall. Once you complete the installation of Postman, you will see an icon here called the Postman icon. Upon click of this, it will ask you to sign in or create an account. If you already have an account, you can just sign in or you can create a new account. Once the login is done, then you will have all your collections that you have already created will appear here. So we'll create a new collection altogether where we will be configuring our free APIs. We'll name this collection as weather API. And here we will be making use of an external system which is freely available to make API calls to get weather information. Our collection is created. We'll add one request, but before we add one HTTP request, this is the external system that we will be using, which is called Open Weather, where you have to create your account and get the API key so that we'll be able to make API call to this system and get the current weather of any city. If you want to learn more about using this Open Weather API, then there is a video that I have already created previously. You can go and watch that video to get the full clarity on this. So this is the endpoint that we have to hit. This is basically the URL, endpoint URL of that open weather. And these are the parameters that we have to pass. Q is nothing but the city name, and API app ID is the API key. Each user will have their own API key. If we hit this URL, that is endpoint, we'll get the weather information of that particular city. This is for Pune. And this is the same URL that we will be using over here. So we'll add a new request here. Let me just copy that endpoint that we need to hit. Copy, put this request here. So this needs to be a get call out, and let's name it as get weather. There's one more parameter called units. If you want to get the values in a particular unit, like degree Celsius and all, then you have to pass this parameter as well called units equals to metric. Let's hit the endpoint. And here is the result. This is working exactly same as the Postman application. So your information will be inside this main node called, here is the temperature, that is 26.43 degrees Celsius. Then feels like minimum temperature, maximum temperature, pressure, humidity, everything you have. Let's change the city, name it as Hyderabad, and let's see what information we get. And here is the results. Temperature is 24.23. These are the minimum and maximum temperature. We can check for other cities as well. Mumbai, send. And here is the result. So just wanted to let you know that this particular Postman extension is working exactly as what we see in the Postman desktop application. Here also you can create the collections, the API requests, you can configure the authorizations, headers, and the parameters as well. So this is a game changing extension. Basically, we don't need to have a separate application to perform our API testing. It is directly available in the in the VS Code itself.